guys, so first I want to thank you for you guys to download my effect or trick. So today I'm gonna walk you through my take on any card at any number. Now with the any card number, sometimes you got a lot of the effect that you have to use the fourth card, maybe like fourth number, or memorize the whole deck. So it's quite a lot of work. So today with my take, perfect any card number, we're gonna just use one method and one method only, and we'll help you guys to work through all of that method. Alright, so come to the history and method how to do this trick. So first, when I start out to make this magician, I was looking for one of the best card trick in the world. So I look on YouTube and I see like 2 cards across, a lot of different really nice trick, but the one thing stand out, that is the burlap effect, or like any card number. It really make people like wonder how to do it. And when I first take a look at that effect, I was like, wow, how can you do that? A person who can name a card, name a number, then the third person count the card down. And that's just make me blow my mind, and I would go on a quest to look for a perfect way to make the any card number. Now of course first I look at the burlap effect, and with his book, really nice, really beautiful book with the method to how to do his version, but it takes like a lot of time, also a lot of effort to perform that version. And I was like, maybe have something better, so I'm going a lot of different ebook, and I come across this method right here. Now first, this method is just like a normal one, but after a while I just playing with it, it's become really good one. And it's just not the like whole method. I'm gonna put my take inside that method to make this like a perfect any card number. And I'm gonna show you the method to do it right now. Alright guys, so we're gonna jump in our method today. Now for this method, I just gonna one word you need to remember is the counting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna count the card that we want to the number that we want. And I will do an example. Now this method you can use 2 types of deck. One is the gimmick and one is that a gimmick. Now for the gimmick card, this one I think you can already get in your house is the mark deck. Right now they have a lot of mark deck on the market. Also this one I made myself. I use this for like 2 years now. It's just a Shopee and make one on top of the flower here. You can know which one is the card, right? And then for the normal one, you can use the normal one also. What we're gonna do is just counting the card. Now I'm gonna jump into the example to show you how the trick works. Now the first one that I'm gonna ask for a card. Now let's say we're gonna use the Jack of Heart, and then the number. Any spectator can tell me the number is like a 15. Let me say that a 15 and Jack of Heart. I will ask for third spectator coming up, and they're gonna count the card for me. Now we're gonna cover this counting by another effect. So you can call this one is the double effect. So for the effect, what we cover for the counting, I'm gonna say to the third spectator, I will need you to link your mind with me. We're gonna do it together. Now to link this one, I will test you first. Now, to test you, let's choose the card first. The third spectator coming up, you're gonna choose one card there. Let's say we use the 5 of clubs here. You choose one card, you put it back to the deck, shuffle it up. Now at this point, I already know what card he choose, because I used a mark deck. Now if you use a normal deck, you can force the card, take a lane, anything that you like, to know what card is it. And then when he's finished shuffling the deck, I would tell the third spectator to count the card like this, one by one, like this on the table, and I'm gonna try to get his card. Now why he gonna count his card down one by one like this? I'm not looking for his card. I'm not looking for that card because I already know what card is it. I'm gonna look for the jack of heart. I'm gonna look through the deck, and when I see the jack of heart appear, like in the deck right here, the jack of heart, I'm gonna start counting. Now there will be two ways if you want to count this one. First is the count the card from the bottom of the deck, or the second one is count the card from the top of the deck. So if you want to count the card from the top of the deck, when you see the jack of heart appear, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start counting. This card is the 15, right? Because the number what we want, this one is the 15. So this is 15. The next card that he dealt out on the table will be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way until you count the 50 to the 52. Now when the card start at the 52, gonna turn the whole pack on the table down like this and drop the leftover on top of the deck. And there you go. The jack of heart is at the 15th position. So it's a little bit confusing, but you can get the deck from your house. Do it with me. You will understand what I'm telling you guys about. So if you let me run down it once again, you ask for a card like jack of heart. You ask for a number 15. Then you ask the third spectator to come up and count the card for you. And we're gonna cover that counting by doing like a mind reading trick, like to tell him to get a card right there. If you get the card, take a look, you put it back to the deck, shuffle them, and then you can start tell him to count one by one on the table. What you look for is the jack of heart. And you see the jack of heart, you're gonna start counting in your mind. You don't tell everybody, just count in your mind. 15, 16, 20, 19, 18 to 20, 52. And when you start at the 52, you turn the whole deck down, drop the other pack on top, and the jack of heart will add that position. Alright guys, so we're gonna jump in our routine today. Now for the routine for this effect, first I'm gonna show you how to perform one by one with just one spectator. I'm gonna using the normal blank card deck right here. It's not unmarked, it's unmarked card, so at home you can use any card that you like. You can use the spectator card also. So for this performance, first I'm gonna ask for one card. Let's say at this time I'm gonna using again the jack of heart, because I want you guys to follow all of the instructions. So first is the jack of heart, and the second number that they use, they can call any number that they like. But for this time, let's choose the 43. 43, jack of heart in 43. Yeah, and then I will tell to the spectator. Alright, now for this card, I want to make sure you and me have a link in the mind. So for this one, I'm gonna test you first. To test you, let's say you choose a card. Choose any card you like. Now they choose one card there, like this one is the 10 of heart. I'm gonna return to the back there. I'm gonna get a control, and then I'm gonna take a look and know it's 10 of heart. I give it a shuffle right there, and then I give the deck to the spectator. Now I will tell the spectator, I want you to get the deck, count them one by one like this, just slowly. And when it hit your card, the card that you are looking for, just scream in your mind, this is my card. But if I say nothing, just continue counting. And at this point, what I'm looking for is not the 10 of heart, I'm looking for the jack of heart, because I already know what he's choosing, right? So when he's counting one by one like this, I'm gonna look for the jack of heart. Look for the jack of heart right there. So when I hit the jack of heart, I'm gonna start counting. I'm gonna start counting from when I see that card, jack of heart, I'm gonna start counting. I'm gonna count like 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. When he hit the 52, I'm gonna stop him from counting. And I tell him to turn the whole pack down and drop the other card on top. Now at this point, that checkout card already at the position of 43. What you just gonna need to do is, I think in your mind you're looking for the for red card. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just play it up because I already know his card is the 10 apart. So I just play it up, try to read his mind. Oh, your card is the red card, the heart, right? So it's the 10 apart, right? So what he's seeing here is I'm trying to read his mind. But for the real thing, I already set up the card at the 43 number. So when I finish that effect, I'm saying, alright, so in the beginning, you tell me that you choose the checkout card and 43. And you were shuffling the deck, you just counting the card by yourself. You can mix it up by yourself, right? I need to touch the deck. Now count it to the 43. And that will be the checkout card in the deck. Alright, now I'll show you guys how to making the routine for a whole stay. So I was perform this one with at least 30 people before, and then what I'm doing is first I have to know the advance of the card and the number. Now it's not forcing. I'm not forcing any card, I'm not forcing any number. I just need to know what card in advance. So before I come to the stage, I meet one spectator in the front. Before I'm coming to perform this, I'm going to say, can you name me any card that you think of your mind? Any card. We can say one card. Then I would tell him, alright, now that's your card. You want to change to any card? No? Alright, so just keep that card in your mind. Now later, when I perform on stage, I'm going to ask you for one card. You can tell everybody what card is it. Alright? Then I move to another spectator. Now for this spectator, I'm going to ask him to name a number, any number, again, any number that he like. Then he can remember that number in his mind. Later, I'm going to ask him again, he can tell that number. Then I come back on stage. Now when I start perform this trick, I'm not going to tell everybody that I'm perform any kind of number. What I'm telling is I need a spectator to help me. And I invite any spectator can coming up, and I tell him to get the deck, give it a shuffle, take a look, if it's a marked deck or anything, any special thing about the deck. Now just a normal thing. They can count it, they can look at what marked deck, they can shuffle it, everything they like. And then I'm going to start going to the routine and perform the cover for the counting. Now for that one, I'm just gonna I'm just telling him to pick a card, and then he choose the card, show it for the spectator that's there, and return the card right there. And then just take a pick of that card any way you like. You can force the card if you want, any way that you like to know that card. Then he start counting this card like this, and then when he counting, I start to have that card from the first spectator into the position of the number that the second spectator to ask me. And he counting, I'm gonna have that card into the position, and then I'm gonna turn the whole pack down, turn the card left over on top, and then I pretend that I'm still doing the mind reading for the third spectator. I'm reading his mind and finish. I finish that card. Alright? Finish that card. And then I will start going to the Berlat effect. Now I'm gonna start like 60 years ago, like a magician named David Berlat, and he was create the beautiful, perfect magic trick that nobody has seen before. And I tried to create that miracle back for you guys. Now this one, I'm going to choose a spectator, tell me one card, and a spectator, tell me one number, and we're gonna count to that number. And then the spectator gonna help me to do this one. Then I'll ask the first spectator, now any card, can you tell me any card that you think in your mind? And the second one, any number that you think of your mind? And the third one, counting to that number. And that number is that card that they look for. And that's how we could do a burlap effect with the whole audience. Alright? Alright guys, so a few things you need to remember when you perform this effect. So when you perform this one, sometimes the important part is the number. Now let's say that they're gonna choose a card like a 6 of heart, but the number they choose is too small, like 10, but the 6 of heart all the way down here. So if you look through the deck, you're not gonna find the 6 of heart because it's all the way down here. Now when you finally see the 6 of heart, this much card will be not enough for 52 cards, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna count it backward. So because this is the 10, so this is the 10 card right here, we're gonna count it 9, 8, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you stop, and you can turn the whole pack over, drop left over on top. Now for this one, you need to count from here, count from the bottom, not count from the top. You can, sometimes for the burlap effect, he can tell you which one you like, on top or bottom. So you can force them, usually you're gonna count from the top, right? Let's count from the bottom. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this will be your card. So you got 2 ways to count. It's not just one way. From the top going down, from the bottom going up. You have to adjust depend on the number and the card, because they're gonna mix it. They're gonna have the spectator. The beautiful of this one, you can mix this card. You're gonna mix the card, you're not gonna know where is it, you need to look for it. And sometimes it's go all the way down here, so it's gonna be hard for you to count to 52. So just count them down to number 1. It's easier, smaller, you just need to count from the bottom down to the top, and you're gonna get that number. And also you're gonna need to look for, like, it just miss about 2 cards. Let's say that they say 10, but the 6 up heart from the bottom, missing 2 more cards. Now this one I'm gonna use a little bit of Danny Ortiz. What he gonna do is he gonna need to touch the card. Now touch the card, gonna cover her whole part like this. Sometimes he gonna hold like this, gonna hold it up, got 2 more cards, throw it on top. It's just pretending by using the card. You get a whole deck like this. You get like this and 2 more cards on top, or sometimes you're gonna get like this. You get whole deck up, you got 3 cards more, remove them. So if you're missing by 1 or 2 cards, you can use your hand, move 2 cards up, move 2 cards down, 3 cards down. It's easy, really easy. Now that will be not burlap effect, but it still help you with that, any card, any number. Alright? Alright, now for this close-up looks, right? I'm showing you how to perform this one with a close-up. So I'm gonna ask the spectator what he like. And to make this example easy to follow, we're gonna use again is the check apart. Okay? And he's gonna choose the check apart, but this time the number is different. We're gonna use the 43. And I will ask him to make sure we have the link in the mind. I want you to choose 1 card. If he choose 1 card, it is 10 of diamond here. You can return that card to the deck. So what I'm doing, I'm just gonna control the card to the bottom. I'm gonna take a look and know it's a 10 of diamond. And I will tell him to get the back, shuffle it up, and count down 1 by 1 like this. So I'm gonna looking for the check apart again. Yeah, so he's gonna count 1 by 1 like this. I'm gonna tell him and try to read his mind. So look for the check up heart. So we're gonna count one by one like this. And when I hit the check up heart, I will counting. This one is the 43. So 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. And stop. I will tell him to stop. Stop. I think I know your card. Now turn the whole back over and drop the left over on top. Then I will reveal the card 10 of diamond. And I will tell him, you remember in the beginning, you tell me you choose the jack of heart, and then you choose the 43. Now count to the 43. Now the 43 definitely is the jack of heart in the deck, and that's how you perform the perfect any card any number. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you guys how to use the card to perform the effect. So what you're gonna use, maybe you can use a mark card, I mean you can use a regular one, but I'm gonna show you how to perform the trick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask for one card first, and we ask for the number. So let's say the spectator, they're gonna choose the jack of heart, and then the number that they're gonna choose is 15. And then I'm gonna ask for the third spectator coming up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them we're gonna have the try test for linking mind. You and me gonna have each other. So I need you to choose one card from the deck, any card you like. So maybe he's gonna choose the 10 of diamond there, and then he's gonna lose that card into the deck, and he's gonna shuffle it up. Then I'm gonna ask him to count the card one by one down on the table, and I'm gonna try to get his card. But at this point, I don't look for the 10 of diamond, because if I use a mark deck, I know what card is it. And if I use a regular one, I would try when he put the card back in, maybe I'm try to take a look, or maybe I control the card, I know what card is it. But for us, this part, when he count one by one down on the table, I'm gonna look for the jack of heart. Now at this deck, I'm gonna example is the jack of heart here, but when you perform, it's not gonna be here. It's gonna be inside of the deck, somewhere down here. So we're gonna need to look for them. Now I'm gonna tell the spectator to count one by one. So when it's count like this, 1, 2, 3, like this. Look for the check up heart. Now check up heart there, and I'm gonna count. Now let's say that you choose the 15, right? So when I see the check up heart there, I'm gonna count 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I'm gonna count all the way to 52. Now when I have this 52, I'm gonna stop, and I tell the spectator to turn the whole pack down and drop the other pack on top. At this point, the card that the check up heart is at the 50, like at the 15, right? So you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the 15. This will be the check up heart. Alright, so I have like a little bit example for the noted part. You have to take note of this one. So there are a few things happen when you perform this one. Let's say they choose the king of diamond, and the number they're gonna choose is 10. But the king of diamond not on top, it's gonna stay at the bottom. And when you count it like this, one by one like this, you're not gonna look. You're not gonna see the king of diamond, right? So it's gonna all the way down here. When you start seeing the king of diamond, and this much you cannot count. This is 10, then 11, then like 12, all the way to 52. This is enough, not enough to go to the 52. So what you're gonna do, you can count it backward. Now count it backward, how to do this one. This one is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're gonna stop. Turn the pack over, drop the left over on top, And there you go, the king of diamond is at the 10, but you count it from the bottom. So when you count a card, you can count it from the top, you can count it from the bottom. Mostly from the bottom is will give more, this will easy than count from the top, because you don't have enough card. That's one the way for you to perform when you look for the card and it's all the way down here. You can count it backward to get that enough number. And another thing, sometimes you got 1 or 2 cards more or 1 or 2 cards left. You can touch the card. Now you can touch the card when you get the card up. You can get like this. Then you can move 2 cards on top. Or when you're gonna have like this, you can get the whole pack up like this. You can get 2 cards from top to the bottom. You can move 1 or 2 cards to have that much number to your deck. Alright guys, so that's the end of my download here. So I want to thank you guys to taking your time, learn our effect today. Hope you guys have to understand what I'm trying to show you guys. Now I know a little bit confusing. First I'm going to read in the book. It's a little bit confusing, but get a deck. Try to count the card first to get the idea how to count the card, how to put the card into the position. Then start going through the effect by covering the counting, by forcing a card, give them a deck that they can shuffle, and you understand what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's a beautiful effect. You can do whatever you wanted it, anytime, anywhere, any place, any deck, any number also. So I think this is the answer for the bird luck effect that we look for. You don't need to remember anything, you don't need to forcing anything, and you don't have to memorize the whole deck. Thank you guys.